Stuffing my fingers and stuff that you're stuffing into. Hide it away. Oh, I miss you. Walking along with you.
All right, it's National Potato Chip Day, and that's a reason to celebrate. Lee Morses is joining us with some unique ways to mix up your chip game. We're going to actually chip away at some of these recipes.
Oh, we're definitely chipping away, but we are first showing you some flavors that you might not be familiar with potato chips that are out there.
Chips have come a long way.
Oh, they've come a super long way. And so I went to the supermarket this morning, found a whole bunch of different options for you.
Okay.
So of course, you know, the regular sour cream and onion and the barbecue, but today, so we have dill pickle.
Dill pickle.
And I have them all out for you. So we have dill pickle, we have jalapeno. Here we have a buffalo blue, which actually tastes a little bit like buffalo chicken fingers, or buffalo chicken wings, I guess. Then we have rosemary and olive oil.
Oh my God,
and
there's so many different choices.
This one, I know everybody loves like the ruffles, you know, the actual like
the ridges. Yeah.
So this one actually has the hell of a good French onion dip like infused in them.
So which one is the dill and the pickle? This one?
So this one is the dill. It's the New York spicy dill pickle, and this one is from Deep River Snacks. My favorite, I think, are the Kettle brand, the jalapeno. But I love like a spicy.
That tastes like a pickle. That is awesome.
Right? So really fun, really, you know, a lot of people put chips in their sandwiches, so that's a really fun way
I think that is the best idea, and it's not often that I think of it, but when I'm like, oh, I'm going to take the chip and put it on my sandwich.
Yes.
It is so delicious.
It's like when you go to like a sub shop, and you're like, oh, you know, yeah, I will get chips with that, and then you kind of stuff it in there.
All right, very good.
Okay, so what I'm going to make for you today are I'm going to show you 2 different dishes, but I'll talk about 3 different dishes. So the first one is, so you know nachos, great, normally with tortilla chips.
Never would think of this, and I think it is such a clever idea. Good for you.
So what I've done here is I made like Greek-inspired, we'll still call them nachos, even though, you know, it's made with potato chips.
Potato chip.
So I got these Cape Cod infused Mediterranean, which basically chips, which basically has basil, oregano, rosemary, and a hint of garlic.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that on the bottom.
On the bottom.
On like a plate, and the plate should be like a flat plate.
So this is in lieu of the nacho.
In lieu of like the tortilla chips, exactly. And then what you want to do is, so
that's good.
It's good, right?
Really good.
So then what you want, and what I like about using these is they already have like that, you know, the seasoning in it, so you don't have to just use like plain potato chips, though of course you could.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so what I've done here is I have some olives. And all I've done is I took olives and I just, like Kalamata olives, and I just diced them.
And you,
so
look at that, how awesome
you
is
just
that?
put that right on the top, and you can, and like really, it's like no rhyme or reason. However many you bought at the supermarket, however many come in a package, you just dice it up and call it a day.
Very good.
Okay, then to that you're gonna add some, cucumbers. I'm gonna add some diced tomatoes, and you can dice them yourself, or again, you can just buy them, but you just wanna like scatter it, yeah. And then you just wanna put it, and the green I think looks really great. The diced tomatoes, you can dice them yourself or buy them ready-made at the supermarket.
But look how clever this is.
And then the feta cheese is the best part.
All right, that's enough of that.
And then you just take some feta cheese, you just put it all up at the top, and then that is my Greek, we'll call them nachos even though they're not tortilla chips, nachos for National Potato Chip Day. Isn't that fun? And then all you do is, again, the same way that I would probably get the flat one, the same way that you would normally kind of just have nachos, and then, really good.
What a great idea.
And almost just a little bit like a Greek salad, but you know,
yeah. It's got all different kinds of flavors. That is wonderful.
If you wanted to, you could put like cilantro or things like that on top. I'm not a big cilantro person. I like the flavor and stuff, but not in like a chip. So
exactly.
I don't, for me, it's not for that.
Very good.
Okay, so I'm gonna move these to the side. And now, so these are honey barbecue potato chips.
Okay.
And what I've done is I made chicken fingers. So basically what you do is you just take, you know, regular chicken breast.
Okay.
You dredge it in egg batter. You just mix up some eggs, you put it in there, and then instead of breadcrumbs, What you do is you take, I use these honey barbecue potato chips, but you can use.
So what do? You crunch them up into a fine little
And then
thing?
you just crunch them up. I had my son do this last night. You just do that in the bag, and you can open the bag so it doesn't like pop open.
Right.
But you just do this so that it becomes like nice and fine.
Okay.
And then you just pour it right onto a plate.
And then you dredge the chicken.
And then you dredge the chicken into the batter, then into the chips, and then you can fry them. But I actually just put them right in. This already has a little bit of like, they've already probably been fried, so I just kind of put them in the oven to bake a little bit.
So you baked them a little bit.
So I baked them a little bit. So they are a little bit cold, but
all right.
And then you can see how like it just comes like nice and fine. It's just so easy and so delicious.
That was wonderful.
I put it on my Instagram last night, and I'll probably recreate it for you guys. But everyone was like, "What is that? I need it."
It's so good.
So easy to do. Okay, so the last one are sweet potato chips, and we're gonna move these out of the way so that we can make these together.
Okay.
Okay. So what I did is I found these Cape Cod waffle cut sea salt. So they actually look like little like waffle fries.
We're almost out of time.
Okay, that's great. So all we're gonna do, you're gonna do it with me. Okay. I just took some sundae syrup. I have chocolate. Here I just got some caramel sea salt.
And you sprayed it all.
You just put it up at the top.
You got a salt and spice and sweet.
That's it.
And then you're good to go.
And then you're good to go, and that's what it looks like. If you want, you can put some coarse sea salt on top, but you don't even need it.
Looks delicious. Should I try? All right,
yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. One.
One for the road.
Home run. That is delicious. All right, for entertaining inspiration, our recipe.
Grabbing a bag of salty, crunchy potato chips. That's just one way to enjoy that popular snack. Lifestyle influencer Shanasty Ireland joins us this morning with some inventive ways to incorporate chips into our cooking for National Potato Chip Day in a couple of weeks. Good morning, Shanasty.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I am well, always up for a snack. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you can help us celebrate National Potato Chip Day.
Well, first of all, it's a real day. It's coming up March 14th, which is super exciting. National Potato Chip Day can be celebrated in a number of different ways. So today, I'm going to give you a couple of potato chip facts, and I'm going to demonstrate a super easy 6-ingredient recipe for you.
Okay, so I love fun foodie facts. So tell me about the potato chip.
Okay, so it's been around for a really long time. In fact, it was invented by a chef. His name was George Crum. I cannot make that up. Out of Saratoga Springs, New York in 1853. He was a chef at a restaurant. Apparently, a customer complained that his fried potato was too thick, so the chef took it back to the kitchen. He sliced up potatoes super thin, fried it up, served it on a plate as a potato chip, and the rest is history. It was super popular. So it's been around for a really long time. In fact, the potato chip reigns supreme in America as America's #1 choice for a snack. And France and America are the top 2 countries to consume potato chips in a year. So they're pretty popular.
I can just imagine that chef back in the kitchen, you want it thin, I'll show you thin, too thick, you're just complaining and not knowing what he was going to create, right? Hey,
I know, and the rest is history. And another really interesting fact is that the potato chip did not receive its first flavor, besides, of course, the traditional potato chip, since until 1950.
Oh, wow.
And do you have a guess what that flavor was?
Onion?
No, actually, it was barbecue. The barbecue chip,
of course,
in 1950. So that was a lot of years where it was just potato chip. And now today they say there's about 2,500 different variations of the potato chip.
Yeah, that's
so
sour
we've
cream
come
and
a
onion.
long way.
Yeah, we have.
Since 1950. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a recipe for you. This thing is super simple. It's a bacon pecan rolled cheese ball.
Okay.
So I start with the bacon because besides potato chips, bacon is probably my favorite food. It's just makes everything better. So I took some bacon. I took about 5 slices of bacon, crumbled it up really small, and I also crushed some pecans and put it on a small, shallow plate, or you can do a bowl. And then I took some cream cheese. I took some shredded cheddar cheese. I took some dill, Italian seasoning, and some green onions. I love the sweet, savory taste of a green onion. It's kind of like sweetgrass. I think it adds to any kind of cheese ball. Really simple. You just roll all those ingredients together, put it with, wrap it around with some saran wrap, stick it in the refrigerator, chill it for about an hour. I actually made this last night, so you can definitely make it the day before if you're going to serve for a small little family gathering or just for the weekend. And then the best part, you're going to want to take that cheese ball and roll it in that mix of bacon and pecan.
Oh my.
It's so delicious. It's only 6 ingredients, and I'm not even kidding you when I say it takes about 10 minutes to complete. Then, of course, set it on a platter with your potato chips, and you're through.
Looks amazing. And you don't need a chip to put the cheese on because the chips are part of it. I love that. It's just one big, take a spoon to it. Thank you so much, Shanice.
Happy National Potato Chip Day. National Potato Chip Day on March 14th celebrates America's #1 snack food. Millions will enjoy their favorite chip this holiday. It's a good thing there are so many to choose from. On August 24th, 1853, an unhappy restaurant customer kept sending his potatoes back to the kitchen, complaining they were thick and soggy. Chef George Crum decided to slice the potatoes as thin as possible, frying them until crisp and adding extra salt. To the chef's surprise, the customer loved them. The crispy potatoes soon became a regular item on the restaurant's menu under the name of Saratoga chips. However, by the late 1870s, menus across the country used the term Saratoga chips on train cars, hotel restaurants, and streetcars. The name carried into grocers when bakeries made the chips in larger batches. They shipped them by wagon to the restaurants and grocers by the barrel. The grocers sold them to private families by the pound. Folks were instructed to bake the chips in a hot oven for a few minutes, and the chips would be as crisp as if fried that same day. The Dayton, Ohio-based Mike Sells Potato Chip Company, founded in 1910, calls itself the oldest potato chip company in the United States. In the 20th century, potato chips spread beyond chef-cooked restaurant fare and began to be mass-produced for home consumption. Flavored chips were introduced in the 1950s, and potato chip revenues are over $15 billion a year worldwide. And the easiest way to observe this holiday, National Dayers? Just eat some potato chips. Today is also National Children's Craft Day, National Learn About Butterflies Day, National Write Your Story Day, and Pie Day. Okay, National Dayers, today we're going to make a bag of potato chips. Gather the following supplies. You'll need 2 different pieces of paper, one that's yellow and then any other color you'd like, a sandwich baggie, scissors, glue, and markers. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to trace a circle in the middle of your non-yellow paper and cut that out. Then you want to fold it into thirds by putting the circle in the center and overlapping the back flaps about 1 inch. Cut apart the sandwich baggie, and just using one side of the bag, you want to glue it around the circle hole that we cut out and glue the baggie down, making a window. Now, take your paper and glue the bottom and the back flaps together, and it makes a chip bag. Then you can draw some marks along the bottom if you want it to look more like a real chip bag. Now, with your yellow paper, you want to cut out a bunch of oval shapes about the size of a potato chip. And then you're going to accordion fold them back and forth to look like a wavy chip. You're going to have to do this to a lot of chips, so be patient. Now, decorate your chip bag however you would like. I just wrote potato chips on mine. Add those chips into the bag and fold over the top to close the bag up. How cute is this awesome and fun craft? They look so real, I kind of want to eat one. National Dayers, how clever is this craft? I think it's so much fun. These look delicious enough to eat, but they're not potato chips. A good potato chip is right around the corner because they make all different kinds. So go try some different ones today. Figure out which one is your favorite. probably not the paper ones. Keep smiling, have a thoughtful Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow.